Welcome, folks, to round 2 of September 23rd's Gundam card game night at Bulldog Community Gaming LLC in Brownsburg, Indiana. If you guys are looking for a place to play some Gundam card game action, I recommend Bulldog Community Gaming LLC in Brownsburg, Indiana. Tuesday nights, 6:30, $5 entry. Or if you guys are looking to catch some Gundam card game action live, check for the links down in the description below for Bulldog's Facebook and Twitch page. Tuesday nights, 6:30, you can catch the Gundam card game action live, as well as One Piece and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is also streamed live as well. So it is time for 2 new decks, and let's see what we have going up against each other, as the right side player will be going second. So let us begin. So both our players have officially finished up everything. We're going to immediately gain 1 resource. On the left side, I immediately just passed the turn. The right side is going to do the same, gain 1 resource, and immediately pass, and with nothing as well. We're going to go to now 2 resources. We're going to see a riff. Ooh, so we got white on the right side of the board. One way, what white strategy we have. And it looks like we have a lot of white in the left side of strategy. Maybe a mono white strategy. There is Academy is a mono white strategy out there. So anyways, we're going to put out the Strike Rogue, and we're going to put the 𝐂𝐍𝐶𝐃. The 𝐂𝐍𝐶 states the 𝐂𝐍𝐃𝐒. I'm just going to call her Eula. I believe that is her Eula. So we're just going to go for Eula. Eula is the link to the Rogue Strike in the Rogue, and then gives blocker to the unit she's attached to. And then the Rogue states that you could pay 1, and then you could restand a unit with blocker, but it cannot attack your opponent for the turn, which is really nice. So that does mean that the Rogue Strike, the Strike Rogue, not the Rogue Strike, the Strike Rogue does have blocker for the turn. We're going to go for the Aegis Gundam in A mode, which does have Breach 3 on it, which is pretty nice as well. Anthem Zala is, of course, it's a link. So it looks like we had red-white against pure white Academy. Now, the red-white could potentially be, there was a deck floating around with red-white, and it was Freedom, no, sorry, not Freedom, it was Justice blockers. So you run the Justice Gundam, and then with its ability and all that, and it's kind of a red-white build using the Aegis Gundam stuff. So it's very interesting. So that may be what we are looking at here. We don't know just yet. Right now, we're only seeing the Aegis 1 red card and Aegis Gundam. So anyways, we, of course, decided to swing for the Rogue Strike. The Rogue Strike to immediately then use pay 1 to restand itself. The Aegis Gundam is going to then get blocked here by the Rogue Strike, but we're going to see an unexpected incident. So that immediately is going to give -3 to the Aegis Gundam. So basically, there's no damage would come after the Rogue Strike. But unfortunately, we're also going to see an unexpected incident for the Aegis Gundam as well. So that means that it only takes 1 damage. We're going to see a Solana Mercury onto the other side of the board. So under the Rift to give it a buff, and then we're going to punch over the EX base. So basically, so far we've gotten that. No blockers on both sides of the board, but again, the Rift and the Rogue, Rogue Strike. The Strike Rogue. Yeah, the Strike Rogue does not have the ability to knock out the base. We're going to see for the 13th training facility. This one can tap it as long as you control the Academy unit on the board. You can give one of your opponent's Gundams -1 AP for the turn. Very nice. So yeah, we are definitely in an Academy build, a double white Academy build for sure. So it's very interesting to see that we have a red-white possibly Freedom Justice blockers against a pure white Freedom blockers, or pure white Academy build. So anyways, we're going to go for the Rogue Strike to pay the 1 and then restand it, because again, it does have blocker thanks to Eula under it. And then I think we're then going to use a Striker Pack, because our opponent decided to put it off of the screen there. So anyways, we're going to make the 4-2 Sword Strike Gundam, so we don't have to work, so we can make sure we can protect ourselves just a little bit more. So anyways, we're going to pay 4. We're going to go for the L Strike, and the L Strike is going to attach immediately to Cure. We're going to bounce the 4-2 Sword Gundam back to our opponent's hand, and then we're immediately going to be able to swing the Aegis Gundam. We're going to actually decide to go for the L Strike first over the base, and then we're going to go for the Aegis Gundam into the shields. The shields are going to produce an L Strike, so nothing we can really do much about there. So nothing to do there. Or it may have been Aerial Gundam as well, because that would have been Solana Mercury's personal Gundam as well. Especially, I'm not sure if he would play L Strike, since most of your deck probably is Academy. But again, if you're pure white, I wouldn't see a reason why you wouldn't play L Strike in your deck for the as a 5/4/4/4 blocker that when paired with a pilot, you could bounce back a 4 health point or less unit back to your opponent's hand. So anyways, we're going to go for the Gundam aerial rebuild. We're going to immediately touch this Solana Mercury on there. When paired, you can guide back a command back to your hand. So we should see the unforeseen incident going back to our hand. And Solana Mercury on attack once per turn. On attack once per turn, you can restand 1 resource, which means the strike rogue can restand itself by paying that 1, so they can restand himself as a blocker as well, since again he's naturally already blocker thanks to Eula. So anyways, we're gonna go for the rebuild going after the Aegis Gundam, and then we're gonna take back that damage, and then we restand our 1 resource here. We're gonna kind of figure out what else we want to do. Again, we do have the ability to swing the rogue into, of course, the base here and knock it out. The only thing that base does is one played, you could deal 1 damage to a unit with, I believe, level 2 or less. So, or level 3 or less. I know we have it on the Rift. Then the Rift is going to block the Rift there and just knock each other out. And then we're going to have the rogue kill off the base there. And then we're going to immediately pay the 1 to stand the strike rogue. And immediately have that is our turn. So anyways, we're going to go back over to our red-white build. We have yet to see the big name stay Gundam here for what that deck is. So we're going to see another Aegis MMO. We're going to go through the Artham Zala. Again, Artham Zala did come in the starter deck for the Aegis Gundam, or the seed starter deck, and did get a unit and did get a card in the main game as well. So anyways, we're going to just clean up the board there with the Aegis Gundam swinging over something, and the Rift swinging over something as well. Then we're going to go for the Striker Pack to make the, I believe, what do we make it, 2/4 or the 4/2? So we're going to make the 2/4 launcher Strike Gundam just to protect ourselves a little bit more here. And then, unfortunately, it does look like the red-white side is immediately going to be able to get the win here. We're immediately going to go for the 13th again to have that. But again, we don't have an Academy unit right now on the board to even get the -1. We do have another aerial rebuild, which could get us like an unexpected if we really wanted to. So anyways, we're going to go for the aerial. We're aerial to equip with the Soletta. That should get us another unexpected incident, which then we can immediately use because, again, it's a 1, I believe, 1/3 or something like that. So it'd be very interesting to see what we do. So anyways, we're going to tap immediately. We're going to give a -1 over to the Aegis Gundam. The Aegis Gundam it does have -1 AP onto it. So immediately we're going to decide whether or not we want to block with it for a launcher Gundam. So anyways, we're going to go for the unexpected incident where we basically don't have any damage come onto the L Strike here, or the Aerial Gundam rebuild there, just burning the extra 1 resource. So anyways, we're going to have the L Strike go after the base, knocking it out, and then we're going to go for the Justice Gundam. That does make then a blocker. If it is paired, the blocker can actually swing that turn. So if he had a pair, he could have actually technically won that turn. Because he could have swing the Launcher Strike Gundam into the shield, and then if he had the pair allows him to have the blocker attack the turn it comes in. So that would have been the game right there. But right now, it looks like the game is pretty much going to go to the Justice Gundam. Anyways, we're going to go for the Aerial Gundam, and then we're going to attach another Eula under that, and then on pair, you can give something -3 AP for the turn. So it looks like we target the L Strike Gundam, but I really don't think, even if you go after the L Strike Gundam, even with the rebuild, it's not going to be enough. There's still 4 bodies on the board state. It looks like we're just going to let the L Strike die there. Only take back 3 damage on that. Should have had -3 AP, unless he targeted one of the standing blockers. So anyways, we're going to go for the Striker Pack to make it a 4/2 Sword Strike Gundam. So now we, of course, have 1 blocker to try to save us against 4 bodies. Not exactly what I'd call great, but who knows. So anyways, we're going to swing in for the Phantom 00, and then we're going to, I believe, hit it with an unexpected incident. And then we're going to block out, because remember, Eula does give whatever she's attached to blocker. So unfortunately, it is a Striker Pack. We already own a unit that Striker Pack is useless for us. And then we're just going to swing in with the Aegis. Aegis gets blocked there, and then the Justice Gundam goes for the game. So that is pretty much it. So it looked like we had the Justice blockers. This deck did get a top here. Like I said, I thought maybe it would have been with the Aegis Gundams, but I know there's people always that plays interesting decks any time of the year. So it just so it's very interesting to see. It is the Justice Blockers deck. This one did get a pretty good top in a big tournament scene. And we saw a pure white Academy build. Very interesting deck. Honestly, I don't know. I think maybe it's probably not the best, but still, a lot of people are just trying out decks, having fun. Again, at time of this recording, we are in October, so the format is about to change here on October 26th. And this is the week prior to the release of ST05, which gave us the purple cards. So that gave us the purple cards with the Barbados deck. So that gave us Iron-Blooded Orphans into the game with red-purple was the starter deck color. So anyways, with that, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments on both decks. Have you tried out both decks? What are your thoughts on both decks? Did I miss something the players could have done better with? Did I miss something that the players themselves missed? Let me know all that down in the comments. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know if my videos go live for you. I will see you next time on Mama Dragons TCG.